Hey guys, Ghost38 here. Wanted to bring you another Phantom review. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world. And today I'm today I'm going to be reviewing the 2017 Phantom Annual, the Julie Walker special, the 17th Phantom Sister. I really like this character because I like to run on Moonstone, and from what I understand, that's actually one of the books that's in there. Finding a picture about it online, and from the Frew website, this is one of the books that's in there. So yeah, I have one other Frew issue about her. That is issue 1271, Julie and the Witch Doctor. So yeah, this is just more to add to my collection. So with that being said, let's get started, shall we? I have never read this before, considering the fact that it's still in the packaging, and it contains a reprint. This is issue 25. On the Frew website, they actually do have a poster of this book. So that's a poster of the cover. Here's the reprint. It's published going side to side. That's that one. So, moving on to the main book here. Okay, that's nice. On the back of this book is an ad for the first issue of the Phantom by Gaslight. It's an ad for the series. A Study in Violet, a continuing series from Frew written by Christopher Sekira. I'm probably butchering the last name, and illustrated by Jason Paulos, which I've already reviewed the first chapter already. So anyway, getting that out of the way, let's get started, shall we? The Girl Phantom Special. Inside is the table of contents. The first story is The Female Phantom. The Adventures of the Girl Phantom, published in Mandrake issue 4. Riddle and the Witch, published by King Comics, published by Charlton. The Secret of the Golden Ransom, another story published by Egmont, a couple stories by Egmont, The Prediction, Phantom and Egmont, Julie and the Witch Doctor. Okay, so that story's in here as well. Julie, page 188, Norman Worker, The Girl Who Dies, published in the Phantom Chronicle by Moonstone. Oh, okay, that'll be interesting. And, of course, Race Against Death, published in 2010 as Julie Walker's The Phantom by Moonstone. Basically, it will contain her first appearance, and we'll start from there. Okay. One story's in color. The rest... Okay, so two stories are in color. Excuse me. The Moonstone book and this first one. Wilson and McCoy, published a newspaper strip in 1952. Starts with the Phantom and Diana. Clothes closet. Is this where you keep your wardrobe? Not mine, Diana. These are Phantom costumes of my ancestors. They are kept here. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but don't you worry about moths? This is an odd-looking one, smaller than the rest. This one looks like it was worn by a woman. Was there ever a female Phantom? Not that I know about. Let me see that. It does. So Kit doesn't know about Julie. That's weird. It does look female. Never heard of a woman Phantom in our history. I'll check. The costume dates back to 100 years. That's my great-great-grandfather's time. There's his chronicle. I'll read it. It fits me perfectly. It must have been my size. I'll be damned. Each Phantom records his doings in the chronicles. This one's a century old. There's a note about the wearer. Here's something. 1852 today, my good wife bore twins, a boy and girl. First girl in the family for ages. Thank goodness we had a boy to carry on the line. While you're reading, I'm going to go back and change. You can stand this hot suit. Oh, you get used to it. Let me see what happened next. This is better. I have a story. Listen to this. My great-great-grandfather had twins, a boy and a girl. That made them my great-grandfather and my great-great-aunt. Their family tree makes me dizzy. And then he basically writes the story about... it reads the story, it counts a story about Kit and a Julie. And basically here it just recounts the story from there. Julie goes to save her brother's life. Missionary helped prisoner at Barnes. He's so helpless and handsome. I couldn't rescue him, so Julie decided to go back and save the missionary herself. And then Julie basically makes her own suit. Then this was the very costume Julie made and wore 100 years ago. What happened next? She waited until dark and didn't want her wounded brother to stop her. So basically this tells the story about Julie saving this man's life. She rescues him. They have into a fight. And yeah, and she must have seen him again. Is that all? No, there's more. The next page it goes to say Julie waited, and then it's on here. Goodbye and good luck. Julie, I heard about the pirates. You were wonderful, but never do that again. You were sick, so I had to take your place. The phantom of his time in 1852. Julie, why are you crying? I want to be like other girls and have pretty dresses, and she's crying. I know, she was in love with the missionary. Don't tell me the story ends here. No, Diana. One more page about her. And then it basically thinks about him. It's like, I brought you a nice dress in town. Just put it on. Okay, it's lovely, but why are we doing this? Is that the man you've been mooning about? It's like, I beg your pardon, sir. That's the missionary I rescued. My sister's in love with you. What are you going to do about it? It's like, your sister? Oh, then where is she? How dare you say such a thing to him? I never want to see you again. It's like, Julie, wait, don't run away. It's like, you have? And then they end up married and had 4 children. Oh, and I think your ancestors were wonderful. That was a lovely story. And then, so, here's another one. King Comics. Okay, so there was another colored one. And it kind of repeats the same issue. Kind of goes over the same thing. There's a bit more details in some stuff. But now that you're well again, we'll have lots of excitement again soon, won't we? The girl phantom, basically, she goes on, except this one, she has some more adventures and some more goes on. I replace his bullets with blanks. A subscription notice. The King comic. Julie-centered story. The Phantom's her brother. Then Julie again. There's her brother. When Julie, the Phantom's twin sister, received a note demanding gold for the release of her brother. Okay, never mind. This is the Phantom reading back. And there's her brother. But yeah. Father's out of control. Must be stopped. Oh, sorry. Okay, so he saved Julie and the kids. Should get over in time. It's like, Mom, we're home. The prediction. Couldn't you read me something about Julie in the library? As you remember, my grandfather's grandfather had twins. The boy was named Christopher, and of course Kit was like the others, Kit and Julie. He tells more about them. Had a fair amount going on. Then there's his sister. She gets into some adventures of her own, has some of her own escapades. The Death Peddlers, from the Chronicle of the 17th Phantom, 1872. This one was first published in Egmont, number 16 in 2007. There's Julie, his sister, telling about these prophets, and then as this kid tells about her the story, she basically gets suited up and gets her own and gets into action as well. And basically she's out doing her own thing while her brother's doing her own thing while Julie's having her own adventures. So needless to say, her brother and her don't cross paths in this story. What happened to Toussaint who put a stop to him, Julie or her brother? I'll tell you about it some other time. Combining forces, Julie and her brother were able to defeat him, so they both stopped them. And then here's the story, Julie and the Witch Doctor. I'm going to save that for I want to read that book on its own and give it its own story. So I'm quickly just speeding through it. Phantom of Julie. And then here's the Moonstone 2010-227. Then I've already covered this story. Wait, what's the other one? The Ghost Who Dies, issued page 222. '20, 21, 222. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so here's the story here. The girl who dies. Did Julie stay with her brother after that? No, she continued her work at the mission. In the final years of her life, she spent here in the Skull Cave, and during that time 2 phantoms had joined their forefathers, her brother and his son. It was her nephew's son who finally laid her to rest with her forefathers. Hurry, Julie, I'm ready. Okay, wait, well, what the devil's this going on about? Huh? $188. Hang on. Julie and the Witch Doctor. Okay, so it just sort of all meshes together. Yeah, because there's the story of Julie and the Witch Doctor. There's how that story ends. Okay. So they basically combine the story, because there's where Julie and the Witch Doctor's over, and then there's the story 188 in Julie. So yeah, there's all of this one. Okay, Julie, Egmont, 192, 99 and 192, okay. So they were a little bit wrong about the page count on this one. This story here is 192. I'm curious to see where that other Moonstone story starts. Okay, so it starts somewhere in here. The end. Huh. They must have like combined it together with one of the other stories or something, because then after that is the Moonstone book, which I've already reviewed. So yeah, that's the end of that. So I hope you guys like this little look at the Julie special. I really enjoyed looking and going through this. I will definitely be giving some of these stories their own dedicated review, if either I can track down the single issue that it was a part of, or just read it straight from the book. Anyway, I'm happy to have this in my collection, and like I said, here's the other Fru Julie story, and like I said, here's Moonstone. So until then, take care. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at in the world. And I'll see you guys next time with another Phantom video. And take care. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. And do all those normal YouTube things. Click that like and to show your support. If you enjoyed this video, comment below your favorite Phantom story. Or if you have a favorite Julie story, let me know. And of course, click that subscribe and turn that bell notification settings on for all to stay up to date on more content just like this. So until then, take care and peace.